are in listen-only mode.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Langer, and I am a community coordinator at eFolder and your host for today's event. Welcome to our eFolder Expert Series. This webinar series brings together leading experts for business-oriented discussions. Today's topic is How to Cure MSP Online Marketing Headaches Pronto. Today we are joined by our expert, Tim Kelsey, Marketing Services Manager at Pronto Marketing. Before we go through the agenda, let's cover a few housekeeping items. Today's session is being recorded. The recorded version of the webinar will be made available on eFolder's YouTube channel. We will also make copies of the slides available to those who registered for the event. We have put all participants in listen-only mode. You can enjoy the audio portion of today's event by either streaming it on your computer or by dialing in over the phone. Questions are strongly encouraged throughout. We have planned a special Q&A section at the end of today's discussion, but you may submit questions as we go along, and we will try to address your questions on the fly. Today's webinar follows a logical flow. First, we will discuss the challenges and opportunities that present themselves to MSPs when it comes to online marketing, and then talk about how Pronto Marketing supports MSPs in establishing a strong online presence. First off, I would like to introduce our expert speaker for today, Tim Kelsey. Tim is the Marketing Director at Pronto Marketing and is based in Bangkok, Thailand. He comes with almost a decade of experience in social marketing, digital campaign development, and marketing for MSPs. Tim, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me, and I'm super excited to talk about marketing for MSPs today.
And it's actually almost Thursday in Thailand right now, so we are very honored that Tim took part of his evening to join us.
It's a little late here, but I'm used to staying up late, so it's no problem at all.
So Tim, to start, can you kind of talk a little bit about Pronto and how it was founded, and what your mission is?
Sure. So Pronto was founded about 8 years ago by Derek Brown and his son Corey. And really the idea for Pronto started while Derek was working at Microsoft. He was formerly the product manager for Windows Small Business Server and had a lot of contact with the MSP community through that, helping them sell Microsoft products, helping them with their marketing, helping them with their websites. And during that time, he saw a lot of the frustrations that MSPs have and the struggles they have in building and maintaining their online presence. So he moved to Thailand, I think 10 or so years ago, and was working as the director of Microsoft Thailand for a few years, but eventually decided that he wanted to start his own business. And he thought back to his time working with MSPs on Microsoft products and decided that he wanted to start a business that would help MSPs grow online and help with their marketing execution, and that's where Pronto started. So when we first launched back in 2008, we only worked with MSPs, and we would build and maintain their websites for them. And then over the years, we've sort of grown from just doing websites into other marketing services and online marketing channels, just sort of as our own clients have pushed us to do more for them. They've asked for social media or for help with AdWords or with SEO, and we've grown and expanded the services that we offer to help meet those challenges that our clients are looking to solve. We work with more than just MSPs. We work with all sorts of industries, but MSPs still make up the majority of our client base. And they're really where our expertise lies, and our first thought when it comes to launching a new service, we think about how this is going to work for MSPs and sort of plan around MSPs in general.
Awesome. Great, Tim. Thank you. So to kind of jump right in, what Tim was saying about facing the challenges that MSPs have with online marketing, we know it's not a piece of cake to develop a strong online presence, and very few of strategic website and content initiatives can develop and take off overnight. So we are going to quickly look at some of the challenges and opportunities that MSPs are faced with when it comes to online marketing. So there are many challenges an MSP may face when deciding to build a brand and establish an online presence. The first challenge is to build the best website possible. This is extremely significant considering business metrics are greatly affected within the first glance of your site. In fact, 46% of people say a website's design is their #1 criteria for determining the credibility of a company. Although these are very important things to look for in a website, they are just the tip of an iceberg when it comes to a quality website design. The best web designers build websites that not only look great and function flawlessly, but are also designed to perform well for business, i.e. gaining new clients and making money. Once a small business has a website, the challenge then becomes to generate valuable content, which will attract visitors that are interested in and are searching for your products and services. Creating content that is valuable to your target audience can be a challenge, as it utilizes a specific skill set. It takes a great deal of time and expertise to create high-quality content. And once you overcome the challenge of content creation and you start publishing material that people in your industry value, the challenge becomes promoting that content. One of the best ways to do this is through social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The goal of social media for businesses is to grow a large audience that is interested in your business and hook or capture this audience's attention. This involves spending a lot of time posting, responding, and monitoring influencers in your industry across all the social media platforms. And all of these tactics are time sensitive, and time is not a commodity for most small business owners. Tim, from your experience, do you think that these are all pretty consistent with what you see MSPs struggling with in terms of online marketing?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's two main areas I would say that MSPs struggle with in particular when it comes to online marketing. One is knowing what to do, just because online marketing today requires such a breadth of knowledge in all these different fields. You need to know best practices for social media, for email marketing. You need to know how to optimize your website for search engines. You need to know some basic HTML and CSS for maintaining your website. And oftentimes it's a struggle to be an expert in all those different fields, or even just be a generalist in all those different fields. There's so many things that you need to know. So I think a lot of MSPs come to us not really knowing where to turn next and knowing what they should be doing to drive the best results. And then the other thing that I think is perhaps even bigger than that is finding the time and resources to actually execute on their marketing. I mean, this is something that businesses struggle with in general. You can have the best marketing strategy laid out, but if you don't have the time and the resources to make that actually happen, it's basically just going to sit there in a corner and do nothing. And it's so easy to say, oh, I'll write this this blog post today, but then a client calls with an emergency, and that blog post is going to be the first thing that gets shoved aside, and every day it'll continue being shoved aside until you just say, forget it, I'm not going to work on marketing, I'm just going to focus on my clients, which are more important than getting this blog post done today.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think those are all very, very strong points. So how does online marketing apply to MSPs? So 94% of SMBs research companies online before they do business with them, and 66% of small business owners view one of their top concerns as looking for new clients. So between using the internet to research potential business relationships and looking for new clients, you know, all of these interests align for MSPs to take a greater step in establishing a valuable online presence. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. So how MSPs can benefit from online marketing. When you invest the time and the resources to get your online presence off the ground, you can benefit by shaping the perception of your business with clients and prospects, positioning yourself as a thought leader in the industry, learning and engaging more with your clients and prospects, and of course, gaining new clients and building your business. Tim, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I think one thing to stress there is the perception of your business. I mean, even when it comes to offline marketing, let's say you have a client who refers a colleague of theirs who needs some IT support. And really the first place they're going to go look for your business is at your website, and that's the face of your company. So even if there's offline activities happening, they're still going to end up on your website, and you still need that first professional impression to start that relationship off on the right foot. I mean, if someone sees a direct mail that you send out and goes to visit your website, but your website looks horrible or is difficult to navigate, that's a potentially lost client right there. So it's really important to make that first impression that shows all these prospects that you're a professional and that you have everything together and that you're a company that they could potentially work with.
Definitely. Great. So let's jump in and discuss, kind of exactly what online marketing entails, all the components that it encompasses, and how MSPs can take advantage of it. So online marketing is a pretty broad term, and it contains a variety of marketing tactics that businesses can adapt to establish, improve, and maintain a strong online presence. So while a convincing website is an important first step, business owners should not stop there. Initiatives like social media, content creation, emails and newsletters, as well as SEO and paid online advertising are all tactics that you should consider adapting. The more consistent and present you are online, the higher your success rate will be. Tim, anything else to add?
Nope, that sounds about right. I mean, a lot of online marketing is really about following these basic channels and being really consistent in what you'd like to accomplish in there. So if you say social media, for example, if today you're not posting anything on social media and you have this embarrassing Facebook page that hasn't been updated in 12 months and the banner image is all blurry because it's not the right dimensions to fit the Facebook profile, it's really just about getting together a plan of what you want to do to get that page up to par, and then following through on that plan and dedicating the resources that are necessary to make it happen. So if you want to be posting weekly on your Facebook page, make sure that you plan ahead and have those posts prepared so you're not at the last second saying, oh, what are we going to share on Facebook or LinkedIn this week? Have it all lined out and prepared in a calendar so it's easy as just copying and pasting something you've pre-written. So a lot of online marketing is taking these really basic channels or these general channels, coming up with an idea of a simple goal that you want to accomplish, and then building a strategy out to make that goal happen, and then dedicating the resources to make sure it actually does happen.
Great. I like that idea of a social media calendar.
Right.
So why do online marketing? So 83.5% of small businesses aren't tracking their web traffic on their websites, which is kind of an astounding number, especially because once the analytics are actually set up, tracking the statistics are easy to manage and can tell you a lot about your prospect base. And small business online marketing strategies are an excellent avenue because they're cost-effective and easy to measure. So crafting a strong, scalable small business online marketing plan helps you to attract new customers through targeted paid search campaigns, engage and nurture leads with marketing materials that speak to customers in niche markets or verticals, and develop high-impact search strategies with limited budget, resources, and time. So Tim, why would you say it is important for SMBs to put an emphasis on online marketing and creating a convincing website?
So one thing I already touched on earlier about the website is that it's the face of your business, not only for online marketing, but for offline marketing as well. And really that website is the foundation of all your marketing efforts. And if you don't have a convincing and professional website, I guess one analogy we like to use is that your poorly designed, poorly converting website is like trying to carry water in a bucket with holes in it. You're putting all this marketing effort, sending traffic to the site, investing in advertising, but with a bad website, with a bad foundation for your online presence, all of that marketing effort is going to waste. So you really need that website to be in fantastic order before you start going investing in SEO or email marketing. And then for the online marketing portion, one thing we like to be clear about with our clients is that your website is not a lead generation tool. It's a lead collection tool. And your online marketing efforts are the lead generation tool. That's what's driving qualified traffic to your site. It's what's going to push those people through to actually generate leads and to have them raise their hand and say, I want to work with you, or I have a problem and I need help today. So it's really a combination of the two things together, building that strong foundation with a great professional website, and then investing intelligently and putting your resources in intelligently into online marketing to show people that website, to draw them in. A website alone isn't necessarily going to start bringing traffic in on its own. It's really your marketing and your effort that's going to start driving that traffic and eventually those leads.
Great, I like that, that the two different areas, the website and the other content marketing, kind of go hand in hand in terms of generating and capturing leads.
Yep.
And that's actually a perfect transition into what we're going to talk about next, which is the different portions of Pronto's service portfolio. So first we have kind of the managed website component. So Tim, why don't you kind of just take a dive into that and kind of explain all the services that come along with, you know, crafting a professional website and the different services that come with that.
Sure. So the main service that we offer our clients is our managed website program, where they pay us a $247 monthly fee, and we manage and maintain and continue to build their website as long as they are a client with us. So they come to us typically with an old, outdated website that's maybe 3 to 5 years old and say, I need something new, I need a fresh start, and we go through and build a brand new website for them. We'll redesign everything, we can rewrite all their content, we have an in-house editorial team, and we build a brand new website from the ground up and just make sure it meets the current standards for design and conversion optimization and follows all the general best practices of a professional MSP website. And once the website has gotten to the point where it's ready to launch, our job isn't done. We're still here to help, and if you need a new page written or a new graphic designed, all it takes is an email to our team, and we have the experts here in our office to go get those things done and write new content for you and implement that new page on your site. And I think that's really one of the biggest values of Pronto, is that we're not a vendor that builds a website for you and leaves afterwards. We want to build a long-term partnership, and we want your website and your business to succeed. I think a lot of local agencies or design agencies, you might pay a one-time fee of anywhere from $2,000 to $15,000 for them to build a new website for you. But a lot of times those same agencies don't want to maintain that website, or will charge huge hourly fees to get access to their designers or developers to fix problems or make changes to your site. We really like to say that your website is never done. It should always be changing and growing as your company changes and grows. So that's where we step in and really become an extension of your team that can help move that website along as your business continues moving. And then we have on top of that website service, we have a few additional features that we offer particularly to MSPs. One is our syndicated blog content. So we write general technology content, tech tips, tech news, anything that's going on related to the IT industry. And we'll write those blog articles for you and automatically post them on your website. And that serves a couple of functions. One is to give you a more professional look that hey, these guys are posting blog articles 2 to 3 times a week, and they really have this all together. And it sort of helps establish you as a thought leader in the industry. I mean, it shows that you know what you're doing, that you're able to write intelligently about the latest virus that's making news, or provide tips to your clients about how they can be more efficient in Outlook or things like that. And then sort of along with that, we have an email newsletter service for our MSPs, where each month we will prepare and send out an email newsletter to all of your prospects and clients. So a lot of the content from those newsletters typically comes from the syndicated blog content that we post on our clients' blogs, and our team grabs a few articles each month that look relevant and puts them into an email template that we've prepared for our clients, unique templates that we've prepared for each of our clients, and then sends that draft over to our clients to review, and they then have an opportunity to say, actually this month I want to have a couple of paragraphs at the top about our data backup service. We're offering a special promotion on it this month, and our team can go make that edit and make the newsletter exactly how our clients want, and then schedule it to be sent out. So really, a lot of our managed website solution for MSPs is built around making sure that those basic fundamental marketing tactics are taken care of each month, that you're consistently posting new blog content, and that you're consistently sending out a newsletter each month.
Hey Tim, can you dive a little more into the email newsletter and kind of where you're getting the database of contacts from the MSP and who the email newsletter looks like it's coming from?
Sure, yeah. So for the list of recipients that comes from our clients, they can just send us their full email list, and we will continue to manage that list going forward. So typically our clients will have a form somewhere on their site where someone can start subscribing to their newsletter, and if someone fills out that form, they automatically get added into that client's email list. And then on top of that, our clients are always welcome to send us additions to the list or tell us to remove certain people. So we manage all those separate lists for our clients and continue to make changes for them as necessary. And then all of our emails are managed through our agency account with Campaign Monitor, which is essentially an email platform for editing emails, preparing emails, and sending them out. So all of those get sent out, and we can control how they appear to all of the people they're sent to. So typically our clients will tell us exactly who they want their email to appear as coming from. So it'll show up as company name, and the reply address can be, say, support at whatever their email domain is, or info at. So we can control exactly who it's coming from, who replies go to, and really personalize that email.
Awesome. So I have a few examples of some of the websites for MSPs that Pronto has designed. Tim, is there anything that you think, what are the top things a homepage or an MSP website should include?
So I think, and this actually relates to these two examples pretty well too, is that there's a few best practices that a lot of our clients who come to us are missing on their current sites. One is that you need to make sure your website is built for people who have a very short attention span. Generally online, people aren't going to be sitting through and reading several paragraphs trying to understand why you are better than another MSP in the same, another direct competitor of yours, another MSP in the same metro area. So it's really, you need to make your point about who you are, what you do, and why this prospect should work with you you need to make that apparent just through skimming through your homepage, that there's easy things to read, and the most important things are bullet points or bold so they stand out more. So there's on this example of Nerds Are Us, no one really wants to, on the before one, no one wants to read through that entire paragraph, and that entire page, all those paragraphs. Rather, they just sort of scroll through, okay, this looks nice. Here they, looks like they focus on the cloud, they're cloud certified, and all of this becomes very quickly and easily apparent to any visitors. The other thing to keep in mind is that you didn't make it very clear what you expect your visitors to do. That if you want them to schedule a consultation, or if you want them to fill out a contact us form, or if you want them to call you directly, you need to tell them that very clearly. I think a lot of people assume that visitors will come to their site and sort of figure out the right thing to do, when really you need to set up that path so it's very easy for them to say, you're supposed to contact us because we can help you move to the cloud. And there's a huge button there that says schedule or contact now or talk to our experts, and that goes to a form that is simple and easy for them to fill out. Doesn't have too many fields that it gets complicated and they get overwhelmed and want to leave, but just is very clear. Here's what the information we need to schedule a call with you. Give us your name, your company name, your phone number, and your email address, and we'll get in touch with you. So you really need to shape that path that allows them to land on your homepage and know where they're supposed to go next, and hopefully drive more leads to you through building that conversion path.
Great. I like that. And I think this is a great example as well. As you can see, the before website is just a clutter of information, and you can't really pick out what they do or what you as a visitor to the website are supposed to do.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. So we kind of talked about the managed website portion of Pronto's services, and I know you guys do a lot of other managed marketing type services. Can you kind of touch upon what else Pronto can do?
Sure. So I mentioned earlier that over the years our clients have always pushed us to do a little bit more to meet their needs and meet their goals with marketing. And over the years we've launched a bunch of different marketing services that are available to all of our clients, from AdWords management to social media to content marketing and SEO. I'll go through a few of them, I guess, and sort of give you an overview of what they are and how they help MSPs. So one thing to be clear about with SEO is that there's a certain level of SEO already included with all of our websites that a lot of our clients see a lot of benefit from. We really lay out the foundation when we're building a website, make sure all the right keywords, that we've researched all the right keywords and placed those keywords in the right places throughout the site, made sure that Google and Bing can easily access all the pages on your site, and really we're building the foundation of your SEO to give every page on your site its best opportunity to start ranking for keywords. But really that's just one portion of SEO, and SEO is this huge, complicated topic. I mean, I could talk about it for an hour. We could do a whole webinar about SEO. But essentially, there's two main portions of SEO that you can focus on. There's the on-site portion, which is the content and the keywords on your site, and that's something that we take care of for all of our clients and build into all of the websites that we create and manage. Then there's another aspect to it called off-site SEO, which search engines tend to look at how other websites link to your website, and they sort of view those inbound links as votes of confidence in the quality or authority of your site. So the more links you have from other relevant websites around the internet, the more likely you are to rank for the keywords that you're targeting. So those two things go hand in hand, that you need a website that is optimized with the right keywords, and you also need this offsite SEO to show search engines that you deserve to be ranking. And that's where our advanced SEO program comes in, where we go and do that link building for you. We find those relevant websites. We write, for example, we write guest blog articles on other tech industry websites and have those linked back to you. And Google sees those links and says, oh, this page should start ranking for managed IT services, because we see this link coming from this blog article that is all about managed services. So that's our advanced SEO program is really built for our clients who want to be with SEO and want to push for top 10 results in their local market and really start dominating when it comes to organic search. We also have our custom blog content, which is similar to the syndicated content that we have, but we're writing articles just for you rather than having it syndicated across all of our MSP clients. So if you have specific messaging that you're looking to get across, or if you really just want things that are more specific to the audience you're trying to reach, this is exactly what it's built for. And we'll write articles based on topics that you want us to cover. You'll be able to work directly with our team to plan out your editorial calendar and topics that you want us to write about. Our writers will also sort of get to know the voice and tone that you want to use in your content. So if you want to be more friendly, we can take a more casual approach to it. Or if you want to be more technical, we can be much more professional and get into more of the details of exactly what you're providing, or say exactly the features of a cloud solution that you're offering. So it's really for those who want to get more involved in the content process rather than letting us post our syndicated content on our own. Our custom content comes in and gets much more specific to each client that wants to be involved there. Likewise, we have a couple of social media programs available for MSPs. We have a syndicated social media program where first we get your social profile set up and looking professional, well-designed, and then similar to our syndicated blog content, we'll syndicate status updates to your social profiles each month, making sure that they're up to date, sharing relevant industry news, and just making sure that you don't have that profile that goes months and months without having anything shared on it. And likewise, we have a custom version of that where if you want to be more specific in what's getting shared on your profiles, we can do that for you as well. And then in either of those programs, our clients are always welcome to send us, say, images from a company outing, or if they want to announce a promotion within their team, all they have to do is send a message to us with those images attached or with a little bit of information, and then our team can go and write that status update and schedule it to post. So yeah, that takes care of social media, and really what we're trying to do there is build this professional, overall, cohesive image for your business across your website and these other social properties around the web. Another one that isn't listed here is our AdWords management program. One thing that I've always thought about AdWords is that Google makes it so easy for business owners to get started with AdWords, but doesn't tell them how difficult it is to actually maintain and take care of that campaign once it's launched. So they almost trick you into thinking, oh, all you have to do is write this ad and give us a few keywords and start spending money, and all of a sudden you're going to have this successful advertising campaign. That's really not the way that AdWords works. It takes a lot of time and a lot of knowledge to optimize your campaigns, look at the data coming in and make adjustments to your strategy based on that data, and that's where we come in. I mean, we have experts in-house to handle that kind of stuff and make sure that your campaign is running as smoothly as possible. We have a bunch of other services on top of this, more email services that are available, some analytics and tracking services that are available. We have a call tracking service so you can see who has landed on your website and placed a call after arriving on your website. So we have about 24 more services that I could go into, but those are the main ones that a lot of our MSPs are interested in.
Awesome, great. I kind of want to double click a little bit more into the content portion.
Sure.
I know we kind of talked about earlier in the webinar about how, you know, creating content is really what is generating leads and can help with some SEO, but really why does having content, you know, blogs, newsletters, why does that matter?
Sure. So there's actually a few reasons I would say why content is so important. You already touched on a couple of them there. It's great for SEO. Essentially, you can look at each blog article on your website as an opportunity to rank for more keywords. just the more content you have, the more room you have to use different variations of keywords or different phrases that people might be searching for, and those are just opportunities to rank because people search for an incredible variety of keywords. And the more you write, the more chances you have to rank for all those different things people are searching for. So from an SEO perspective, content is great. The more unique content you can have on your site, the more chances that you'll be getting organic traffic to those blog articles and to your site in general. I think that the other and perhaps more important thing is that content is really like the fuel for all of your marketing activities. It's really what makes everything else a lot easier. It's the foundation of your email campaigns. It's the foundation of social media. It's essentially the foundation of SEO, and it can really be the foundation of your advertising as well. Let's say you have 2 to 3 blog articles that are all on a similar topic, like data backup, and you can take those blog articles, put them all together in a PDF, add some design, and now you have an ebook that you can start sending ad traffic to on a landing page and start collecting contact information in exchange for that ebook. So really having all of this content in place ahead of time makes all of your marketing effort later so much easier, because you don't have to sit there and say, oh, we want to send out an email next week, and then think, oh, what are we going to write about? We don't have anything to share with our clients. If you have a blog that's constantly up to date, all you have to do is scroll through your blog and say, here are 3 articles that look really interesting and I think our clients should hear about. Let's share these in an email. So having that content lined up and ready to go makes everything else so much smoother.
Great. Thanks for diving into that some more, Tim. Before we move on, I just want to encourage all the listeners to ask any questions that you have. We will touch on some questions towards the end of the webinar, but if you have anything as Tim is, discussing custom content or SEO, please feel free to ask, and we will try and get your questions answered. So we kind of talked about these content creations a little bit just now. But Tim, what is the onboarding process, or what is your process of working with MSP customers? How do you kind of collaborate to build their websites and kind of start them on their journey to content marketing?
Sure. So our sign-up process starts off with a fairly long onboarding questionnaire where we ask a lot of questions about your current website, about your design preferences and your content and tone of voice preferences. We'll typically ask for examples of websites that you like that don't necessarily need to be MSPs. It can be any website that sort of inspires you and that you think is a well-designed site. And a lot of that's really just for our team to get an idea of what you're looking for, what you're looking to accomplish, and we can come up with the best strategy for helping to achieve those goals. So once we have all of that information collected from you, our team will start writing the initial drafts of the content of your site and start working on the initial design mock-up as well. So you'll have a chance to review both of those once they're ready, and that's your first chance to give us some feedback on how we started. So it's not a thing where we go disappear forever and come back weeks later and say, here's your finished website. We want to get your feedback along the way and make sure we're on track with what you want and that all this makes sense as far as portraying your company and the most important aspects of your company to you. So you'll be able to tell us if the tone on the content isn't quite right, or if we're missing a particular service that is very important to your business, and our team can then make adjustments to our content strategy based on that. And likewise with the design, you can give us your feedback on the color scheme or the layout, and we can sort of work with you to follow what we think is the best practice and what we think is going to drive the best results, but also bring in your ideas of what you think the look and feel of the website should be. So once we get your approval on those, we'll take the mock-up and the content and build what we call a production website. So it's hosted on one of our internal servers, and it'll essentially be a fully functioning, complete website, but it's not quite public. So we send that to you, and you can go through, click through all the links, look at all the active pages. You can submit forms and make sure everything's working correctly, and we double check all that stuff as well, and make sure that the site is essentially 100% ready to go. Our SEO experts will also go through and make sure we have all the keywords in the right places and get everything optimized for search engines. And once we have all of that in place, we'll pick a day with you that you want to launch, and then it just is a matter of changing your DNS records with your domain registrar to point your domain to our servers, and then we've launched your website. And like I said earlier, from there, our work doesn't end. We're here to help with things. We're here to answer questions. If you need anything done with your website, we're just an email or a chat or a phone call away. So we don't want to leave you, and we want to build this partnership where we're constantly working with you to build a better website, to build your online presence, and to build your business's success.
Do you give your clients or your partners kind of a designated point of contact, maybe an account manager or some sort of person where if, you wanted to add a new web page to your site, you could reach out to that person and that would be your contact?
Yeah, so during the production process, there is a project manager who is making sure everything stays on track and is on the right path to success. And that'll be your main point of contact during the production process, where they'll be sending you updates on mock-up revisions or new drafts of content, and they'll be the main communicator back and forth. Once your website has launched, we have a group of support teams that help all of our clients out. So really, once you've launched, any email or any communication will go through our support email address, support@prontomarketing.com, and it automatically gets redirected based on the topic of your request to the appropriate expert in that field. So if you ask a question about SEO, that's going to end up with our SEO experts, who are going to be in the best position to give you the right answer. Or if it is a request for a new page, then you'll end up with a project manager who's going to coordinate with the writers and send you those drafts, and then coordinate with the development team to get that page implemented on your site. So we've built our company in a way that the support is sort of grouped into these experts who can give you the best help based on the situation that you're in. And all it takes is an email to our support address, and we'll take care of all that routing to make sure you end up with the right person who's going to give you the right answer and put you on the path to the right direction.
Awesome. That sounds like a great way to address a lot of moving parts.
Right. Especially like going back to what I was saying earlier about you need so much knowledge in a wide range of areas to be successful with marketing. We've built our company in that same way. So we have design experts, we have writers who are very familiar with MSPs, and we have SEO and marketing and advertising experts to help you get the right answers when you need them.
Great. And it looks like we have a question about how long is the process to design and launch a website?
Right, good question. I meant to mention that and forgot to. So usually our entire process from sign up to launching takes 4 to 6 weeks, and a lot of that depends on the complexity of your website and also how responsive you are when we send you mock-ups or drafts to review, and how detailed your revisions are if you need changes to those. With that said, we can be quite a bit faster if sometimes clients come to us with an emergency, their site's been hacked and have something embarrassing up on their site now, and they need it down right away and they need it replaced right away. We can turn around a simple home page or a holding page within a few days for those sort of situations. Or if there's really a time crunch, we can put together essentially a functioning site within a week or two and then continue to build the site after that once we've launched and continue to build out internal pages or make changes from there. So it can be a bit faster in emergencies, but generally 4 to 6 weeks for the whole process to go through.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Tim. So to move on, I have some statistics up here from Pronto Results. So maybe, Tim, if you can just kind of explain these just a little bit.
Sure. So the first one here, the 14.6% organic traffic growth actually comes from one of our marketing services that we call the Local Listing Booster. And this program is really built for companies that are trying to rank for local keywords, things like IT support San Jose or IT consulting Atlanta. And building these listings around the web is one of the ways that Google sort of starts to build trust in who you are. Essentially, the more places they can find matching information for your business name, address, and phone number, the more they think, oh, they are who we thought they were. They said on their website that they're a company in Atlanta, and we found these 50 other listings that say the same thing. So we can have a bit more trust in this website that they are actually a real business in Atlanta and not some scammer trying to trick people into paying them money. And that ends up resulting in Google being more likely to display that website in local search results for things like IT support Atlanta. And within this particular program, we ran a test of clients who were enrolled in the Local Listing Booster against those who weren't. And on average, those enrolled in the program saw a 14.6% increase in their organic search traffic, while during the same period, the control group of those who weren't enrolled only saw a 3% increase. So that program has a very solid impact on local search results. The next one here, for the 30 seconds longer on our mobile-friendly platform, a few years ago we launched a website platform that we call Phoenix, which is our mobile-friendly version of our websites. It's this very flexible and powerful website theme, and we found comparing that mobile-friendly website against non-mobile friendly sites that visits from mobile devices on the mobile-friendly site lasted on average 30 seconds longer than mobile visits on non-mobile friendly visit sites. So in today's world, it's really a necessity to have a site that is optimized for mobile devices. And within our Phoenix platform, we've built it through responsive design, which means that your website will automatically look good on any device it is being displayed on, no matter what the size. So if it's being viewed on a tablet, everything on the website automatically adjusts to fit that tablet screen. And if things need to be rearranged, let's say you have a segment where there's 4 icons in a row, but that's too wide to fit on a tablet, it'll automatically rearrange to 2 and 2 on top of each other to fit that smaller screen. Likewise, on a phone, it automatically adjusts to make that easier for people on mobile devices to browse through and navigate your website. And then the last one here, the 51.7% increase in organic traffic after moving to Pronto. That's how much we've seen our clients' traffic improve, comparing their traffic from their old website to what we see right after they launch. So a lot of our clients come to us with just very poor search engine optimization. They have essentially nothing in place, and us building that foundation and getting those fundamentals right, putting the right keywords in the right places throughout the site, writing great content for them, and making sure that search engines can access all the right pages on their site, sees their organic traffic grow by over 50%. So it just sort of goes to show that having that expert knowledge in your corner, fighting for you, working for you, can have an immediate and big impact in your online presence.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim, for sharing all of this. We're going to
Sure.
move into the question portion. So before we get started on some questions, I have one right here from a listener who is already getting his website redesigned, but is interested in taking advantage of Pronto's, I guess, custom content portion of marketing services. So is that possible, and what would be the cost of that?
Sure, yeah, that's definitely possible. A few of our services are only available to clients that have a managed website with us. For example, SEO, having your website in order is such a huge part of being successful with SEO that we typically don't want to offer SEO services to people outside of our managed website service. But for something like custom content, we're happy to work with anybody on that, and you're more than welcome to sign up with us and work with us on developing your content. Particular program costs $399 per month, and for that you get 4 articles each month. So essentially we'll send you 1 article a week, and like I said earlier, we'll work with you to develop sort of an editorial calendar and figure out what sort of topics you want to cover, and then you'll have a chance to review everything before it gets finalized, and work with our team to build out that content and develop it in a way that you're happy with.
Great, thanks for sharing. And then going off of that, just kind of budget question, what budget should MSPs allocate for online marketing in order to see valuable results?
So I think that at a minimum level, you're probably looking at $3,000 to $5,000 a year, and that would be for building and maintaining a website and doing some really basic marketing, like an email newsletter or a very small advertising campaign, or maybe doing a handful or maybe even just a couple of blog articles each month. So that would be the minimum to get by of what I would think is getting the basics of your online presence complete and professional and consistently executed on. From there, it can grow very, very large. Say, for example, with an AdWords campaign, large cities in particular tend to be very expensive for AdWords, where you might be paying anywhere from $20 to $50 for a single click to your website. So it's very easy to start spending $3,000 to $5,000 per month just on advertising. If you're in that competitive of a market and you have that sort of budget to invest in advertising, you can start funneling a lot of money through there. But I would say starting around $3,000 and then going anywhere up to $20,000 or $30,000.
And does Pronto have some sort of process or in place where they work with MSPs who are, maybe have tighter budget constraints?
Yeah, definitely. So typically, if our clients are working with smaller budgets, we're more than happy to give them advice on how to execute on marketing activities on their own. Rather than paying us to do your SEO for you or paying us to manage your AdWords campaign, we can give you instructions on how to do those kind of things without paying us, how to take care of them on your own. The trade-off there is that you're then investing more of your time and more of your personal resources to get those things done. But it's absolutely possible to learn about SEO and know what you need to do to make adjustments on your website, or know what you need to do to build more links so Google finds that authority and wants you to rank more. It's all possible to learn, and if you want to put in the time to do it, it's definitely possible to do it without paying anybody to do it for you.
Great. I mean, I definitely agree with that. I think the trade-off, for budget is your time.
Right.
And the amount of money, or time you have to take and resources to learn and optimize on those strategies. Which online marketing activities do you think have the most profound impact on your client's success?
It's kind of a tough one. I think there are potentially 2 that I think work really well with MSPs, in that our clients tend to find a lot of success with. One is SEO and search engine optimization, just because so many of our clients, like I said earlier, come to us with just these horribly optimized websites that were built 5 to 8 years ago when SEO was much simpler. And today SEO is this very complicated industry with Google looking at over 200 different factors of websites when they're determining rankings. So having us come in and be able to help with that, and just getting an expert to work on your website and get those fundamentals in place and point you in the right direction for being more aggressive or being taking things a step further to dominate your local market in search results. A lot of our clients see just a huge impact from that just by switching to Pronto and having us do the right thing on their website. They'll see a big increase in rankings and a big increase in traffic as well. The other thing I think works particularly well with MSPs is email marketing in general. So this might be your email newsletter that goes out once a month, or it might be just one-off promotional campaigns or drip email campaigns. And I think email is so important for MSPs primarily because the MSP sales process isn't really this one-time decision where someone shows up on your website and all of a sudden they've decided to work with you. They need to be nurtured along that path and get to know your business and start trusting you. And they might not be in a position today to want to change IT providers. They might not have a problem that needs solving today. But if you're consistently in touch with them through email, through newsletters or drips, you're going to stay at the top of their mind. And when they do have that server problem, or when they do have some technical issue that needs an expert to come in and help with, you're going to be the first person they think of because you've been so consistent about nurturing that lead. That email is really just the best way to make sure that happens.
Awesome. Great, Tim. I think that was an awesome wrap-up to today's webinar. So if any of the attendees on the line want to get a hold of you or contact Pronto, how can they reach you?
So if you'd like to send me any questions about your website, if you have questions about what you should be doing with your marketing or with SEO, you're more than welcome to email me directly at tim@prontomarketing.com. If you want to just reach out to Pronto in general, you can shoot an email over to sales@prontomarketing.com, or you can visit our website at prontomarketing.com.
Awesome. Great. So just to reiterate, that was tim@prontomarketing.com.
Correct.
Great. Well, thank you, Tim, again, for sharing your expertise today. And thank you. And thank you for staying up late. Like I said, I guess it's Wednesday in Thailand right now.
Yep.
But thank you to all of our attendees for tuning in. And if you have any ideas for future webinars or topic ideas for eFolder webinars, please email webinars@efolder.net and share your feedback and ideas. With that, we will wrap up today's webinar at the top of the hour. So thank you to everyone for tuning in, and please reach out to Tim if you have any additional questions, and a recording and copy of the slides from today's webinar will be sent out to everyone later this afternoon. And with that, thank you and good afternoon.